Okay, so I know I said yesterday. I'm already making a mistake. We're on the second day and I already made a mistake here. I said yesterday I was going to read you the passage and let you pick where the intentionality is. However, this passage is really long. um, I don't think you want me to read you the whole thing. So, if you do want to continue with the spirit of that notion, the challenge of it, turn to Daniel chapter 3, hit pause on this video, and then resume playing, and we will talk about it. But think about, if you are going to do the pause and think about and read and think, who's making the intentional action? I was looking into passages to use. There's so many, especially, the easy passages, slam dunk would be, hey, Jesus chose to go to Samaria. Jesus chose to, heal these people. Jesus went out of his way to do X, Y, and Z. We could have done a whole week on that. And that's true. We could have. But I feel like that kind of was like, the Gospels past week, and it's going to come up a lot in Mark, so. But I asked around, and I got this passage from someone who's not a pastor, but I think what they said was brilliant. Daniel chapter 3, we got two great stories in Daniel, by the way. Daniel and the lion's den, obviously, Daniel. But also chapter 3, the Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego story, okay? Let's remember the three that broke the rule of King Nebuchadnezzar and for not worshiping the false idols and such. Then was cast into the furnace, but was saved by God, was delivered. I was told that this passage, well, the intentional choice, right? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego choose not to follow King Nebuchadnezzar's rule. They refuse to forsake their faith and worship an idol of the state. Okay? Step one. To co-opt their religion for state power, earthly power. A lesson the church can continue to learn today, by the way, but that's another video for another time. However, why did they do this? Why did they intentionally make this choice? Well, because it was against their faith teachings, obviously, and they also think it was wrong. There should no other gods before me, says the Ten Commandments. And so it's funny. You read this passage. I'm gonna jump to verse 16, that they've been accused, and they respond, "O King Nebuchadnezzar, we have no need to present a defense to you in this matter. If our God, whom we serve, is able to deliver us from the furnace of blazing fire and out of your hand, O King, let him deliver us. But if not, be it known to you, O King, that we will not serve your gods, and we will not worship the golden statue that you have set up." It's a faith claim. It's a stance. It's an intentional choice. It's an act of civil disobedience. That's what the non-pastor person told me. This passage really stuck out from that way, and I was like, oh my goodness, that's brilliant. Or we're going to talk about that at coffee. Because that is what's happening here. The ruling powers, the state in this case, is demanding that the people of God forsake their faith and worship an idol. And they say no. They don't commit violence. There's no counter-strike or sedition or anything. They just stand their ground. They let their faith witness, like I said, through civil disobedience. And we've seen peaceful leaders do this before. We're not going to do this. We think it is wrong. It goes against what we believe. But we'll be peaceful. For we believe the same God will deliver us. So it kind of paints, for me at least, a picture of, when we're talking about being intentional as people of God, of making stands. We have examples for us in Scripture. This is one great example of the power of peace, of love, of hope, of faith. They're all present here, right? And the power of civil disobedience and the power of witness. We don't need to be like the rest of the world. We don't need to go after people on the internet. We don't need to be violent. We don't need to, do what as others operate. We operate with a God who is almighty. And so we make intentional choices. We do them out of what we believe. And we trust that God will help us back them up, of course. And so even when the odds are against us, even if the ruling powers themselves are against what God teaches us, we have a choice there to make. Let us be intentional in embracing the faith. We continue tomorrow. Have a great Tuesday.